All right, welcome back to another PSI Real Estate Exam prep for your national real estate exam. And today we're going to talk about termination of agency. And we're going to go over 5 questions on what questions that we think that you could be seeing something around the termination of agency on the real estate exam for your national test. So question number 1. All of these are valid reasons for terminating a listing contract except. And as we're looking through this, the answer is C, the death of a salesperson. A listing contract is a contractual agreement for real estate services between the brokerage and the seller, distinct from any individual salesperson involved. Even if the salesperson who initially obtained the listing passes away, the contract remains in force between the brokerage and the seller. The listing contract can be terminated in several ways, including the sale or destruction of the property, mutual agreement between the parties, or if the unfortunate event of the seller or broker's demise. We do not end an agency agreement if the salesperson dies, though. Question number 2. All of these events terminate an agency relationship except an appraisal with a value less than the selling price. If an appraisal determines that the market value of a property is lower than the stated selling price in the contract, the involved parties can engage in renegotiations if both parties remain interested in proceeding with the sale. It's important to note that the appraisal results do not have an impact on the agency relationship between the parties. Question number 3. Last month, a broker took a listing on a property. She now learns that her client has been declared incompetent by the court. Her listing is now terminated. A listing contract can be terminated if either party passes away or becomes incapacitated. Once the contract is terminated, it loses its legal force, and as a result, there is no valid basis for the broker to claim a commission. Question number 4. Unless some other written agreement has been made, the brokerage will usually receive the brokerage commission when the transaction is closed. Typically, a commission is earned by the real estate agent when they have successfully procured a buyer for the property. However, the actual payment of the commission usually takes place upon the closing of the sale, unless both parties have agreed upon a different payment arrangement in writing. And question number 5. The listing contract on a residential property states that it expires on June 30. Which event would not terminate the listing? The house is destroyed by fire on June 30th. The owner dies on June 30th. The salesperson who signed the listing dies on June 30th. Or the listing contract is not renewed prior to June 30th. And looking through these, it's if the salesperson dies. And remember, the salesperson's death does not have the authority to terminate the contract, as they are not a party to it. However, a listing contract can be terminated under certain circumstances, such as if one of the parties to the agreement passes away, if the property is destroyed due to factors beyond the seller's control, or if the listing contract specified terms comes to an end. All right. I hope that was helpful. This was 5 questions around the termination of agency to help you pass your national PSI real estate exam. If this was helpful, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we will see you next week for a brand new video to help you pass your real estate exam.